Welcome once again to Crazy Canuck Truckin'. I appreciate everybody that stopped by and has liked and shared and talked about the podcast. I appreciate that all. The ratings help get us up in the numbers. And I want to touch base on a couple of things from the past. Some racing has just finished off, and as you may remember, I have done a couple of interviews with a couple of different drivers. One of them is a Canadian from Winnipeg, Amber Balkan. The ARCA series just wrapped up, and she's the highest finished Canadian, as well as she was 7th place overall in the ARCA series out of 123 people, 123 drivers. So that's pretty stout. Congratulations to Amber Balkan on her ARCA racing this summer. And over in Europe, and the TCR racing, Jessica Bachmann. She was episode 35. She finished the season as vice champ. Bunch of wins, bunch of poles, bunch of podium finishes. So that's pretty cool. So congratulations to both Amber, episode 19, and Jessica Bachmann, episode 35. So today I have somebody from Oklahoma. I want to welcome Parker to the podcast. Parker, welcome. Thanks for agreeing to come on.
Okay, thanks for the invite.
So you're in Oklahoma. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Where in Oklahoma are you? Let's start with that.
I'm just east Oklahoma City, about 30 miles off. So I don't know. The city's caught me.
City's almost got you?
Yes, sir. It's growing up all around me.
And you're a rancher?
A rancher, auctioneer, real estate, show cattle, just everything. So
doing whatever you need to make a living, right?
I'll just spend money.
Yeah. Did you grow up on a ranch? How did you start out?
Well, started out in New Mexico, and yeah, my dad and granddad and great grandmother, everybody ranched and sort of born in the city, but we moved right back to the country and started taking over what they call the Sedan Mercantile, which is an old mercantile store with feed, seed, meat counter. We were the post office, the telephone operators, everything. So plus farming and ranching.
Nice. And you are where I've heard of the expression "blame it on the Hereford."
Yes, sir. I raise Hereford cattle.
You raise Hereford cattle. How's that going this year? It's been
it's ugly,
pretty tough.
Yeah, we've been in a bad drought this summer, so no grass. They're charging, everything went up, but the beef prices, so that's just part of it.
Yeah, I know in Canada, then has some family in raising cattle, and their costs have been higher than ever. The price at the store is higher than ever, and the amount to the producer is the lowest ever.
Well, not the lowest ever, but it's pretty close.
Yeah. It's not too good. How did you always found auctioneering pretty fascinating? My brain goes a million miles an hour, but my mouth can never keep up.
Well, it's just numbers. You know how to count. It's just plumb easy. Any monkey can do an auctioneer job.
Any monkey. I don't know about that. It'd be you went to school for that in Missouri, is that right?
Well, Missouri and Texas Auction Academy also. The Texas Auction Academy teaches more about the bookwork and that stuff instead of your champ. So,
okay. So how did what interested you about getting into auctioneering?
I've been around auctions all my life with dad and granddad. It's just part of it. But sitting on the front porch one day, my wife said, well, they were holding auction across the street. She said, we need to do that just for retirement. And then they just went off from there. So,
well, yeah. Is it a good retirement gig?
Nothing's a good retirement gig. I want to sit on the front porch and drink beer all day, but that doesn't happen.
I see you have Little Red and Miss Hollywood. They show some cattle.
Yeah, that's my two granddaughters.
Two granddaughters.
They just love showing. Miss Hollywood, she just likes showing once or twice a year, but other than that, she enjoys it. She just don't want to put the work in like Little Red does.
I was going through some of your Twitter stuff, and man, she is a busy little lady.
Well, she's getting busier, so it's just part of it. The older they get, the more activities they're involved in.
You know, the I can't remember how the expression goes, but idleness is the devil's workshop or
Oh
something
yeah,
like that.
I don't keep
It's
her idle. I just wish she lived with me. I'd keep her busier.
yeah. How far away from you does she live?
She lives about what? It's right. Takes out about an hour, about 45 minutes, because I got to go through Oklahoma City, and I hate going to the city.
Yeah. Does she keep the show animals at your place, or does she have her own place to keep them?
Well, it was here all the time, but now they got set up so they have them to her house. So that takes a little load off me. But if we're going to go someplace, I got to go pick up the animal and then go where we need to go. So
Yeah.
it's got its good points and bad points. I like it because she's really taking care of
Yeah. Yeah. That's man. I love seeing young people these days taking an interest in working in stuff and not just sitting around. You know, people. Some people have like to complain about the younger generation. I think there's a lot of the younger generation that are doing amazing.
them.
Little
Well,
Red and Miss Hollywood are in there.
right. I don't not slam the city kids, but a lot of them just too idle. I mean, they like the video games or TV. Well, that's not life. You got to get out and do something.
Yeah. So, how many children do you have?
Oh, between me and my wife, what is there? 5 kids, and then I don't know, 8 or 10 grandkids, something like that. I've got them running out of our ears.
Nice. It's I have 5 grandkids, and four of them are nearby here, so it's always fun to have them come by. And I find as a grandfather, I have a little more time. I don't know if I should say I have more time, but I take more time to do things with my grandsons that I wish I had done more with my kids.
Right.
You know,
Well,
I,
we got some grandkids, out on the East Coast. Wife goes out there once or twice a year, but only time I get to see them is when they come back out here. So somebody's got to stay home and take care of the animals. So,
yeah,
but
yeah,
they try to come out once a year. So,
yeah. That's
and
good.
Grandpa gets to spoil them when they show up then.
Yeah, yeah. That's always good. You can stuff them full of whatever and turn them loose back to the parents again.
Yeah, they call me the bad grandpa.
That's probably a good title to have.
You
You
want to
know.
get in trouble? Let's go. I'll
Yep.
take the heat. Let's go. Let's see
Yeah.
what you can. Let's see what you can do.
Yeah. My daughter uh, sent me a picture, and it said that grandpas are there to help the kids learn of trouble to get into that they never thought of themselves yet.
Right.
So, and when my girls get kind of strict with their kids, well, you should be, giving them some lectures, and I'm like, let me tell you about your mom. They don't always appreciate that for some reason. I don't know
Right.
why that is.
Just like grandkids, I give them hard lessons at times. It's just not all fun and games.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's a lot of fun. Family is something that's extremely important.
Right.
So, what being in the agricultural side of things, um, that's a tough life in many respects. There's a lot of challenges that come your way. What do you find is something that really helps you deal with all the situations that come?
I guess because I'm an idiot. I mean, I plan for the worst, and if it doesn't happen, it's all good. So nothing surprises me.
Well, that works. That works. You say you like sitting on the porch and drinking beer.
Oh, that's just a joke. I mean, that's what
Yeah,
I tell everybody. All I do is sit on the front porch and drink beer all day.
yeah. You probably don't have any time for that.
Maybe a beer or two in the evening if I'm lucky.
Yeah, yeah. It's always nice to see those when you're at shows. Then you got your feet up and letting Little Red do all the work.
Well, I mean, it's her animals. I mean, I'll help her, but it's her job to take care of it. I'm
Yeah,
the head of transportation relocation specialist, get her from point A to point B. I
yeah,
mean, I'll do the grunt work, get stuff set up, but when it's come to the fluffing and grooming, no. Heck, I ain't got no hair to start with. Not gonna work on a calf.
yeah, yeah. That's for sure. Just lost my train of thought there.
Blame it on the Hereford.
Blame it on the yeah. Blame it on the Hereford. where did that Where did that expression start? I saw you even have a bumper sticker with that.
Oh, everybody cusses the Hereford cattle until you get across a Hereford with like a Angus, you get that what's called black baldy or brockle or motley face. There's a Hereford influence in there. So when you see that, you got to blame it on the Hereford because there's a Hereford influence in
Yeah, there you go. Hereford always comes out.
there. Right.
Yeah.
So that's basically the only way you're going to get that white face is with a Hereford gene.
With your cattle, what are you? Is it a cow calf operation?
Yes, cow calf operation, but about I'm dumping cattle right and left, just trying to thin the herd down. Probably just wind up with some of the fancy show string from my granddaughter, and that's it. I don't have to fight it anymore. I
Wow.
survived the cattle market crash in the 70s, and I'm not going to go down the road. If everybody starves to death, that's their own fault. I'm going to feed myself.
Yeah.
That sounds
Yeah.
bad, but I don't care anymore. I'm too old to keep fighting it.
When it all comes down to it, it's still a business. Even though
Yes,
it's your life, it's still a business, and you still got to make business decisions.
yes. And it's a little different. I'm playing with my money instead of the banker's money. And it costs you more to keep everything going. You just got to close the doors.
Yeah.
I mean, it's tough. I mean, I ain't totally closing the doors, but it's just, I don't have to run when I need to. And I'm trying to stay out of politics, so don't ask me anything about sex, religion, or politics because you won't want the answer.
I probably don't know anything about that stuff anyway.
Right,
So I like existing and let everybody else worry about all the important stuff, and I just try to make a living and look after my family.
right,
And enjoy. I love. It's probably the same for you when you get outside and you see Mother Nature and see all the amazing things out there. It's to me that's my if I need to center myself or whatever you want to call it, I like to get out and walk around the property or drive around the country. That's to me that's fills the tank back up again.
right,
Because nature doesn't disappoint you like people can.
right.
You know what
Oh
nature
no,
is.
you just can't let people get to you. That's the thing. I mean, Mother Nature can get to you too if you just worry about it.
Yeah, but
But
Mother Nature's gonna happen. But how does this year rank as far as drought overall? Like how many
well,
how many years have you had like that in Oklahoma?
just this year, but like me coming out of New Mexico, heck, we had droughts that last 10, 12 years, but it's pretty tough out here in Oklahoma this year. I mean, the drought doesn't bother me, but the hay and feed prices does.
Yeah,
Everybody's tearing your head off when you go from paying $40 a bale for hay and they want to charge you 140, 150. That's not counting the extra feed. It's like you
yeah,
don't need my business. I mean, I understand prices gone up, but it's just Something
Yeah.
else needs to go up accordingly. And if it goes up accordingly, then you won't be able to eat.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
somebody's taking a beating someplace.
Yeah. How do you deal with and I understand if you don't want to talk about this, but how do you deal with the loss of a daughter?
Well, we just lost one. I don't know if you knew that or not, but okay, you ain't gonna like the answer. It's part of life. I mean, you're gonna live and you're gonna die. When it's your
Mm.
time, it's your time. It's tough. I mean, it's tough on the wife, but being tough on the wife and turns around being tough on you because I mean, you got to pick up the slack. Somebody's got to pick up the slack. Excuse my language, but somebody's got to be a hard ass and just it's part of life. Let's go on. I
Yeah.
mean, that sounds brutal, but it's just life or death.
None of us are going to get out of this life alive.
No.
We're all going to go.
Well, heck, they voted me most likely to die in high school before I was 21, and I'm still letting them down.
Well, you only look 20 still, so.
Oh, yeah, sure. You're really fishing now.
So,
No, it's tough. I mean, but you can't just drown in your sorrows. You got to just pick it up and go on.
what advice would you have for people regarding family?
Take care of your family first. The heck with everybody else. I mean, yeah, you got to deal with the public, but they're not going to make or break you. The public's not. Your family can. You just keep them tight and keep them close, but they're going to learn to make their mistakes too.
Yeah.
But for the rest of the world, kill them all, let God sort them out. That's my mentality.
Yeah. You know, I don't know how you had it with your daughter or not, but to me, it's important that we say the things that should be said every day. Tell them that you love them, or show them how much you care, so that when their time is up, we don't know when the time is going to be up. You can know that I did my best, and I made that person feel my love and appreciation, not just as a last minute thing.
Right. Well, like her, she is terminal. And I just told her, I'm your cheerleader. Whatever you want to do, let's do it.
Yeah,
If you want to go with this alternate treatment, go for it. I mean,
yeah.
it's
She
either going to
battled.
cure you or kill you, one of the two.
She battled for a couple of years, didn't she?
Oh, yeah, several years.
Yeah, yeah. I did. I was following along with that and seeing how that was going, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to have you on, because that we don't like. I've never lost a child, but it's not normally the order of things.
Right.
You know, I had a son. He fell off a roof just a few days ago. He he runs a he has his own little company, or good sized company, and he fell off a roof 2 stories up. Very lucky. He he'll be fine, but I know that every single day I text with him, and we have this thing going on where we have a streak going. How many days, consecutive days, we have not missed a single day texting each other, and uh, it's close to a year without a single missed day. So that's pretty cool. And I know that if he hadn't survived that, I've said the things to him that matter, and been proud of him, and we're gonna have more days with him.
Right. Well, did you
So,
ask him about how he bounced?
well, I gave him a hard time because my daughter pointed out that he's got bad aim because there's only 5 feet away there's a trampoline. If he had
Right.
just he had bad aim. If he had fallen properly, he would have bounced better.
Right. Oh, Dad always told me, it always feels better when it quits hurting. So let's just go.
Yeah. Yeah, he got up. He is my son. He got up and somebody helped him get his harness off, and because he was on his way to get tied in, and rain came up real quick and slid off the roof. But anyway, he got up and he was going to a friend's place to have some supper, and he's like, I'm feeling pretty sore.
Right.
He's like, no, I think you better go to the hospital. So he had a very badly dislocated wrist, so they had to apparently cut it apart and put it back together again.
Right.
And but yeah, he was ready to get back up on the roof, and one of his crew members said, "No, we're not going to let you back up there."
Right.
So he's a good kid, and I'm glad he's still around.
Right.
And his wife and daughter like that too. So,
Right.
but the thing is to say the things that need to be said. Let people know. Let your family know that how much you appreciate them today. You know, it's not fun seeing. I told his wife, it's not fun being injured or having a hard time, but it's much harder to be the one on the sidelines watching it happen to somebody else or happening
Right.
to a loved one. With when my children have been through things, I would rather be the one in that situation
Than them.
than them.
Right.
And I'm sure you felt the same way with your daughter, and wishing you could fight that fight for her, but you know that you can't.
Right.
And proud of proud of her for the fight that she did put in it, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah, that's amazing. So I'd like to finish off with something little bit. Well, we do this, try to do this every episode. Is favorite road trip or epic road trip of? I'm sure you've been on tons and tons of trips. What is one that you would tell around a campfire sometime
Oh,
or
man.
ever?
I mean, you give me the heads up on that, but I just can't pick one. I mean, trust me, anything I do is stupid. Uh, I mean, there's a wreck involved, or I mean, heck, just like I'll tell you one. We're up at, I shouldn't say this, but we're up at Louisville, Kentucky for that Hereford Junior National, and a cop got pissy over where they stopped to unload sandwiches for the kids. And he wound up getting arrested and in jail. And I mean, it just big fiasco. The cop's going to call in for backup. And I said, you don't dare call in for backup because all I got to do is step in the show barn. We'll have 3,000 ranchers plus out here and we'll take over the whole facility. So just back down and relax. So I was being the mediator then, but I said, you ain't getting him out of the car. He's already in the car going to jail. So let's just work on the solution instead of keep fighting the problem.
Yeah,
But no, I've had all kinds of wild road trips. It's just part of it.
yeah. It's I can always tell when you're not tweeting out some of your stuff when you let Little Red take over your Twitter for you. The tone
Yeah,
changes a little bit.
it does, but that's why I tell people be nice. Because if you don't not being nice and she's running it, then you're gonna deal with me. And it's always saying block and reported, but it ain't just gonna be block and reported. I'm gonna come after you because you don't attack a kid.
Yeah,
She's just trying to share her. She was pretty quiet and shy, and I'm bringing her out of her shell. And man, she knows how to talk to anybody now. So
yeah, yeah. She's pretty cool. I love seeing the stuff that she does and everything that's going on. But
what's bad? They're telling me I'm turning her into a mini me. So I feel sorry for the kid now.
well, there's we need everybody in this world, right?
Well, I guess, but you don't need somebody else like me out there. I guarantee it.
Well, it's been I've appreciated knowing like we've never really interacted before, but I've seen your Twitter stuff around. I know I've seen you on or heard you on different shows a little bit here and there, putting in your 2 cents worth and blame it on the Hereford and everything. So I appreciate knowing you, and we need everybody in this world, and I'm thankful that you're here to provide some
Well, it's an
whatever it
honor
is at
to
the time.
it's an honor to visit with you. It just took me off guard. That's why I even asked Bridget, why me? I mean, because
I get that a fair bit from people. Why me? And maybe I mean, obviously, you can see by my handle there, I'm crazy. So I I love people that are not the normal, not the normal, like not people that. There's some people that always get held up, and they're always ones that are in front of stuff. And I like the people in the background that are working hard. That there's more to them.
all hat, no cattle.
All hat, no cattle. That's it. Yeah.
That's
So,
me. I'm all hat, no cattle. But
well, you're trying to get that way, right?
oh yeah, and
Yeah.
yes, I wear the black felt hat year round.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
But
So,
now it's my job to make guys like you look good. Just stick me behind the scenes and I'll get it done. No credit, just go. Well, I'm glad you hadn't found me on TikTok yet. They've been wanting me to put another video to it on TikTok. So,
yeah, I don't know if I might have seen your stuff there already. I put some stuff up there, but
but they were all basically a Twitter bet, who could get the most followers on TikTok. And once I started with some of my comment or conversations, and it's just me being me. I passed all of them. So,
yeah, yeah, that's good. So, thanks a lot, Parker. I
yes,
appreciate
sir.
you coming
Thank
on,
you.
and thank you everybody for listening. Hope everybody can have a great day, and don't forget to hug your loved ones. Tell them how much, show them how much you appreciate them, and like and share this podcast if you so desire. And thank you, Parker.
Thank you. Have a good day.